G'day mate and welcome back to Autosave with me, JD. Timing is everything, right? So we're still here trying to hook up, fix my mistake, and hook up copper. Now that is... So, this one we're hoping we can do a shorter train. And I'm going to double signal it for now. And I know I know the signaling's wrong. But like I said, I'm hoping we can fix that later. So if that brings copper in, we've got iron. We've got an iron coming down here, and we've got ore in. Okay. So, let's start renaming some stations. Now stations are getting built. Let's go with asterisks. Iron ore. Okay, so that's that one done. So we know that's an iron ore station. We need a... This one up here is iron out for accumulators. Iron out ACC. And this one, hang on, let's get rid of that little bit of extra track. And this one will be iron ore. Nice and simple. Now, I'm of two minds when it comes to whether I actually signal and not signal yeah, let's do it. Okay, so I'm of two minds as to what we should do, whether we should actually at the same time build the words are escaping me today, obviously. Build the loading and unloading, or whether we should just leave all that to a later event. Another pass, so to speak. Okay, so if I bring that signal down to there, that train track down to there, it then means we can signal. And you guys are going to need signals in reverse. And that's definitely going to have to be a chain. Okay, now let's do everything in one hit. So this is a steel train, which is really, really short, and it's a 2-2. So let's build our steel unload here, which again is a 2-2. So we're going to put down requesters. Okay. Now that's done. It technically means, and this is why I'm of two minds about it, it technically means all of this with an awesome symbol can be moved over 2 tiles. Do I move that over 2 tiles, or I move... No, it's quicker and easier to move the train track over 2 tiles. So let's move the train track over 2 tiles. Alright, so we're going to get rid of that. We're going to line that up with where it was, roughly. Put our decon planer back. Bring that... Oops. Bring that not quite that far. One tile short. Really? Alright. Try again, JD. Let's just bring that up to there. That looks like the easy way of doing things. Okay, so that's that done. We can pull that up. Now we can move the right-hand side of the build. Actually, what we can do is we can pick that up, which is iron ore delivery. Make a train station. Copy and paste that there. Delete that. Bring that down one tile. Delete all of that because we don't need it anymore. And then delete both those substations. And now we can move the right hand side over 4 tiles. Yep. This is part of the optimizing phase, which means lots of small tweaks. When I say small, I mean small. Like literally, we're moving something. We're moving a whole build over 4 tiles. Alright, we've still got plenty of room to get iron ore unload off this side. Which is something we should probably... 1, 2, 3, 4. It's probably something we should just blueprint. Yeah, that's the length of a train. So, I need some markers. You became a marker. So I've got 4 tiles. 2 is 6, which is a train length. Plus we need a gap of 1. Actually, hang on. Let's try that again. I need an actual train. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then play train pickup. Okay. Now we can see. So this would be a cargo wagon. That would be a cargo wagon. That would be the gap. That's where our next cargo wagon starts. And I'm going to put 3 on this side and 1 on that side. Oh, this is going to get so confusing, even for myself. We have power poles. Power poles. Universal marker. Okay, so that means I now need to get 4 in here. Oops. Hang on. Give me back the power pole. Yep. And then skip 1, 2, 3 tiles. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10. Okay, so that becomes our train unload. Pick that up, and power things up. So if I pop a substation there, and a substation there, everything's powered, everything's happy. The 2,000 robots will finally come rebuild this eventually. Okay, so that's that build done. Now this is steel loading on one side. Oh, good trick, JD. Steel 1. Okay, so steel 1, steel 2, then we've got an iron and an iron. Nope! Alright, we're going to do a half-ass method. We're going to do half fixing tracks and half building stations, and then I'll come through and fix up any other stations we've missed. Because otherwise it's just going to take us too long to get through the builds. Some will have to go, some will have to fix along the way to work out what our train lengths are going to be. So, like, this is a full-length train for copper. As we've got copper going to green circuits and into red circuits, and into, and into solar panels and into, low-density structures, we're actually going to need a full-length copper train. So that could be a problem because we can't fit a copper train between here and here. So we're going to actually have to go at chain signal, full signal on the way out, and chain and chain. So that means this will actually have to be a chain and a chain signal. Like so. Because it can't stop in this gap. The copper train's going to have to move all the way through. Alright, so let's go get this one fixed up. Now, I brought them up last episode, but I hadn't actually showed them off. So, these are 2 extra achievements that I have running. It's one of the reasons I've been loath to run any console commands for this particular run through. I'd really like to know what the UPS effect is if I did a mass kill all biters command. Leave the spawners, just kill the biters. So this is mass production number 4, 250 million green circuits, along with that's just stupid, which is 20 million processing units total. That one's a little way off, but we are up to 7.3 million. And this is part of the Achiever mod. It doesn't actually tell me. It doesn't actually tell me. Save game. Stupid achievements. There we go. Yeah, because the Achiever mod, which was another mod that I liked running during my games, turns out never got updated for version 16. Okay, so it's this lane here. So this is dollar copper out ACC. No, ACC satellites. Sats. And wrong button. That button. I can't put one on the southern line because that's got a signal there, which is ruining everything for me. And yeah. Actually, we can do that one with a loop. So let's do that one with a loop. So this is for accumulators. So it's not going to be a very big train. Yeah, accumulators. So it's battery production, basically. So that one. And this one's actually copper. Okay. So now it's time to go get the accumulator build done. And I'm going to need more train stations. Train stops, rather. That can go. That can go. And so from there to there. To there. We're just going to let the auto rail blueprinty thing handle a lot of these. No iron plate. I have iron plate on request. In case anything magically shows up in the network. Because, like, we've been clearing... I've been clearing stone out of here. And now stone out of here, which is now tidied up, thank God. So I can have all my chests back. Let's just filter to that type and just done. And now we're deconstructing, well, landfill and more more stone. But all the stone that the bots are finding is being picked up and taken down here to brick smelting. And we are slowly filling up with bricks in the network. Because bots do what bots are told. Alright. I'm going to need train stations. And I would have liked to have compressed this. But it's a bit late for that now. Because, yeah, I want to try and... The point of this base was to... It was to, in version 16, to build a nice, simple 3000k base. Nothing too complicated. You are coming down here slowly. Train? Train. Fuel. Actually, you have... You have a fuel I can steal. Put that in there. Jump on. We want to go to RT reload. Go. Yeah, the point was to... To build a nice, simple 3000k, you know, or 3k, 3000k, that would be impressive, 3k science pack per minute base in version 17. And then the whole belts versus bots argument came up. So it's like, okay, well, let's build a 3k base with bots, which we'd done before, because bots were the most efficient. To then at the same time, I started building a 3000k or 3k base, right, doing... basically the exact same, except using belts. For a side-by-side comparison, rating, you know, which has the best or worst UPS performance overall. That's some weird signaling, so we'll just get rid of that. That was the plan. Nothing too complex, you know. Base with lots of... yeah, a real one-to-one comparison. I guess that's what I'm probably trying to get to. Make 10 of them. Make 10 more of them. Take that out of there. Make 10 more of them. What am I short on? Steel. There's a belt of steel here somewhere. Oh, I'm now hand making green circuits. Let's not do that. That belt does have a twist in it. That'd be bad. Give me another 100 plate out. That'll do us. That'll do. Okay. Yeah, the plan was for a real side-by-side comparison, because that's what I was interested in. We want to go back to Z. Actually, speaking of bases, how's Z2 going? So I need to deconstruct all of that and hope the bots pick it up all nice and evenly. And so okay, let's try doing that. Hopefully the bots pick things up evenly. And same story, we've got power coming in the top with the robot network going out the bottom. So that can go. I'll bugger it. We'll just do it like that. Hopefully the bots pick up everything nice and evenly. And get rid of that, because that'll be in the old power network. We're here. Okay, I want to dump into storage just a few of them. Also want to dump the wood. So yeah, that was the early plan. And unfortunately, well, fortunately, unfortunately, both bases are very, very different. So a train central bot base, town base, whatever you want to call it, which is what we're doing at the moment, routing the train tracks is actually the biggest nightmare of the base. Really, 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 really is a giant nightmare. So this is a copper unload, so it's going to be a little bit shorter. And you guys never got your inserters. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be high enough, but okay. Hang on, we want iron and batteries, so let's go. What is it? 2 batteries to 5 iron. Yeah, so we're going to drag the batteries that way to build the accumulators. Okay, done. Yeah, routing. Routing the train tracks is the biggest nightmare of these sorts of bases. Copper. Really? I can't double click on a word and highlight it. In for the accumulators. Okay. So then we have accumulators out for satellites. And do batteries have to go somewhere? Like over to this science? Oops. Yeah, this is why we double check things. Okay, so we need accumulators in. So this is going to be a little point-to-point double-headed train. Which is ACC out sats for satellites. Oh really? Some water managed to escape our wrath. Fixed. Move that to there. So yeah, I really want to leave. I really want to leave this part in. I don't want to cut it out for time's sake or anything like that. So that's iron out for accumulators. To me, this part's important. because this is the biggest headache of these sorts of bases. Can I loop that train? Not easily. Is there any merit to having one end work as a loop and the other end not? So I can loop this around, use this track which I left for myself and hook in. It could run up. But then I'd have to loop in and join back in underneath, which means crossing the iron ore line, which is not horrible, but also probably not the best idea. So no, we'll just leave that as a single double-headed train. Okay, so that means I've got to look at these signals, which are an indeterminate length for the iron train. Okay. The accumulator one, okay, that's its last stop anyway, so it just goes into there. This one, I'm really hoping I can get it to fit into that gap. Yeah, signaling spaghetti. Okay, so that's that one done, except you're meant to have a train to come over here, which I forgot. So let's get that done before I forget a second time. Can I squeeze in... Can I squeeze the train in? That's the new question. Okay, if I put that station there, copy, paste, and then I get rid of all of that, and that, and everything back to there, I can then squeeze that train station in, just. And then this is going to be batteries for science. Whereas that's batteries for satellite. That's a very, very short train. I can have that one be a little bit slower. Although you got to unload. Ooh. So you're going to have to load in... This one's going to have to load in from the top. With that train track there, that means we're double handling that we've got room, rather, for loading top and bottom. If I slide it up like that, I don't have room suddenly. And there isn't room here to fit an inserter and a chest. So something's going to have to move. And I think it's this whole build has to move up a couple of tiles. Okay, so if I put that back... So I do this as accumulate out for, so to actually be batteries out, yellow science, or actually let's use the proper names. High tech. Okay. Crap. Alright, so we're going to use that. We're going to select all of that. We're going to include station names, so hopefully I don't have to recalculate too much. And all of that has to go. And that one spare train track I had at the top, no longer has a purpose. Because I needed that space to do... Bugger! So I actually need to dump that down. Then re-blueprint it, because I wasn't thinking far enough in advance. Save that as that. Rip it back up. Put down some markers, so I've got room for 2 squares. And then put it back down again. Okay, so now all that's done. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Come on. Alright, that's that lined up, that's that lined up. We got loading and unloading here, loading and unloading there. It's going to be a tight mess, but that's fine. That's that build pop back down. And this has to go over to here. So I guess the easiest way is to bring it down across right above this build. Now I'm going to have to signal this. And then... See, these are batteries. Now, the one advantage batteries have is they stack in stacks of 200. So maybe, hopefully, possibly, I can just use a double-headed train. Not enough rails. Give me more rails. That goes there, that goes there, that goes there. Come on, bots. Where are my rails? I'm a little bit. I wasn't unloading rails. Otherwise, there'd be a shit ton down here. Another problem to fix. No, there are. The bots are just being really, really lazy. Or the make everything is... No, it's definitely making train tracks. Outpost train. It definitely has train tracks ready to go. Am I just not requesting enough? Yeah, 3.7k on the network. Okay, I'm just not requesting enough. Problem solved. Quick, easy fix. I like quick, easy fixes. You're not powered anymore. You don't have to be powered. It's problem solved. You don't have to do anything anymore. Okay, because I haven't got to yellow sites, we're just going to park the train track there and leave that for a later problem. That's a later problem for JD. So this accumulator's done. It's part of this copper done. It's all of the satellites done. Low density structures, which is going to be its own separate nightmare just due to the amount of steel it eats. And due to a plastic train that we still haven't actually invented. But they can be headaches for the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I do hope you're enjoying this little series, and I do hope you're enjoying my frustrations and headaches as much as I'm hating them. I guess is probably the best way of putting it. Because yeah, this is going to be its own separate nightmare, and all this needs to be packed up. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys for watching. As always, thoughts, comments, suggestions, all that sort of fun stuff down the bottom below. That's about it. I guess I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.